Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Government of Switzerland, I would like to extend my gratitude to the Government of Côte d'Ivoire and the people of Abidjan, especially for welcoming the bank staff so warmly back in the city and for the efforts put into organizing this landmark meeting so carefully. 2015 is a very particular year for the African Development Bank. Finally, all departments of the bank will be based in Abidjan again. Considering the magnitude and difficulty of moving an institution like the AFDB, the return to Abidjan has been carried out relatively smoothly. Congratulations to all those who contributed to this. In 2015, we will also witness the election of a new president to the bank, hence another important moment for the institution. However, allow me first to express our sincere gratitude to President Donald Kaberuka for his remarkable work during his 2 terms in office. The last 10 years have been a success story. Thanks to his leadership, the bank expanded significantly its portfolio of operations while maintaining its financial solidity and AAA rating. The AFDB was also able to demonstrate its significance as Africa's premier development institution and strengthens its voice in Africa and around the world. It was also thanks to President Kaberuka's personal commitment that the bank, as one of the first multilateral institutions, offered help to Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea when Ebola hit them first. Switzerland welcomes the rapid and continued support that the AFDB has offered to combat Ebola and to strengthen the healthcare systems in the most affected countries. 2015 is also a decisive moment for the international development cooperation, with the Financing for Development Conference in Addis Ababa and other international conferences in New York and Paris, all of which will shape the future development agenda also for the African Development Bank. In this regard, the AFDB should help leverage and catalyze additional resources, domestic and private, that are needed to finance the post-2015 agenda, which will be structured around the Sustainable Development Goals. For Switzerland, it is crucial that the AFDB continues to be the bank of choice in Africa. It must remain relevant for its borrowers, in particular least development countries and countries in fragile and conflict situations. The bank must lead by example in terms of good governance. The AFDB should strengthen its core mandate to help build responsive institutions, to fight corruption, help to avoid tax evasion and illicit financial flows, as well as to increase domestic resource mobilization. For Switzerland, it is of paramount importance that the AFDB continues to enhance private sector development, in particular to support the development of small and medium-sized enterprises. Job creation for youth and women are key for inclusive economic development. Gender equality must not only exist on paper, but put in practice on the ground. A thorough analysis of gender implications of major investments and subsequent adjustments in the intervention strategy are needed. Workforce diversity in labor-intensive infrastructure development is an example of such implications. Gender considerations in land governance and other. This latest topic takes particular importance in the light of the huge and often questionable transfer of land use rights to large foreign operators in many countries. Generating employment is also a critical factor in maintaining peace and in the early stages of post-conflict reconstruction when young people need alternatives. The bank should strengthen its involvement in countries with fragile situations by ensuring that country strategies and operations are sensitive to conflicts and fragility. Fortunately, the bank has been timely in defining the respective guidelines. Switzerland expects the president elected at the end of this annual meeting to be a strong and visionary leader, including for the upcoming AFD 14 replenishment, have a strong commitment to institutional governance, and to keep up the prudent financial management. In this respect, we expect the bank to strengthen its capital base and especially its reserves, and to put more emphasis on improving the quality of its operations. Furthermore, we take transparent and timely information for granted. Switzerland is attaching utmost importance to the midterm review of the AFDF 13, and we will examine the progress achieved very carefully. Finally, we wish the bank an excellent start with a new president in Abidjan, and are looking forward to continuing our fruitful cooperation to reduce poverty and spur sustainable development in Africa.